Okay, hello. My name is Curtis Henderson, and I am here to give you a testimonial about the Business Finance and Funding Suite. I have used the Business and Funding Suite myself, and I just want to say that it's been everything it was advertised to be, and then some. I'm really not sure where else you can find a program that is as comprehensive. I will say that it is not for someone that's going to be lazy with it. You really have to work the program. It's going to take 9 to 12 months to get you through the entire thing. But once you do go through the funding suite, uh, your business is in a beautiful position to have access to lending and to be set up for what the banks and lenders are really looking for. And I think that's the big value of this program is, to me, when you're trying to get lending, the banks just come back and say yes or no. They don't really tell you why. It's not like obtaining a mortgage for a home purchase where they can come back and say specifically, hey, this is why we denied you. If you can correct this and this, then we're going to do business with you. In the business funding world, it's almost a mystery, and you wonder if the stars are just not aligned properly. What this program did, at least for me, um, is it clarified everything. Okay, it walked me through it step by step. Everything from the credibility phase, and even during while you're working the program, going through the steps, which again take 9 to 12 months. Even right from the beginning, once you get through the credibility stage, it's going to walk me right into a stage that's called fundability, where it's going to match me with whatever lenders I can get access to funds from right now. And depending on how long you've been in business and some other things you have going for you, you can get access to funds right away if you need them. My interest in the program wasn't that. My interest was, following it through all the way and really putting my business credit-wise in a position where we had a strong D&B, Paydex, and a good overall credit profile, so that if I need lending, the entity itself really looks stellar, not only from a Paydex score perspective, but also all of the other little things that the lenders and the banks look for as far as extending funding to businesses of my size. I can't say enough about the program. Again, I did search around before I settled in on this funding program, and I tell you what turned me off about other programs is they didn't even really seem to kind of know what was going to work, isn't going to work. It was almost like, well, we'll try this, and then we'll match you with this lender, and we'll see if it works. That's not this program. This program is very deep. It's very well designed and very well organized, and I would recommend it to anybody that's seeking to get funding for their business or put their business in a position where they're credible for funding from lenders. And I have recommended it, and I will continue to do so. Again, my name is Curtis Henderson, and my company is Q Global, and it's been a wonderful addition to my.
My name is Cheryl Reisner with SR Business Resources.
All right, everybody. So let's get going. So what we're doing today, we're going to be looking in and going to be diving in with Better Investments and working with their team. We're going to go to some introductions on how to get some things going on in real estate, no matter where you are. So we have three things that we always focus on, no matter what you're looking at, no matter what your purpose is, because our goal is to do what? Purpose pursuit, right? It doesn't matter about another appeal potion, lotion, wrap, tea, or anything like that. Okay, so you can do it all. Okay, so it doesn't matter whatever your purpose is. Okay, and so whenever you find that individual purpose out, then you need the tools to get there. And the three things that we focus on is what? Cash flow management. How are you going to get better? How are you going to become better, right? Until you rid the income challenges out of the way, right? And it's not always adding more income to it if you have a problem with taxes, if you have a problem with inflation, okay? So if you have these things going on, then how is it that you're going to be able to do the things that you really want to do? Okay. So these things we focus on is cash flow management. And then we look at business investing, or business investments, or business income rather, and investment income. Okay. So when you focus on those three tenets, then you know the context of your purpose, because sometimes you need to be focusing on your cash flow management. Sometimes you need to be focusing on business income. Sometimes you need to be focused on investment income, because we're only looking to do two things. And that's your personal, and that's your cash flow, which is right now you want to increase. You want your current lifestyle increased. And then also you want your future lifestyle increased. Okay. So in a couple of seconds, we're going to bring on our individuals, and let me test the waters to make sure that everybody is there on there. And we also are live on the Facebook, and you should be able to catch us on any one of the platforms. So hold on one second. Let me make sure that we all are there. And that is facebook.com, of course, My Econ Purpose. My Econ Purpose. Okay. So while we do that, let's watch looks like we got a lot of folks coming on the what you call it. So hold on one second. All right, guys, if you got the let's see. Hopefully everybody can hear. I was hoping everybody can kind of be clear. So let me know if you got any questions or anything like that. My time is for you guys. So I want to make sure that people can see it on the Facebook page. So Mr. Lee, you out there? Testing 1, 2, 3.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
All right. Cool beans, cool beans. Want to make sure before we took off anything. Now, was there specifics that we wanted to dive into? Was there, you guys just wanted to hear about wholesale, or was it you want to hear about how we're doing it with no cash, no credit? What is you guys want to jump into first and foremost?
Yes, sir, Mike. We were looking to get into I had a number of people that was looking into wholesaling houses. I know that's something that's very popular now.
Mm-hmm.
Wholesaling is just that being able to have that way of making money without necessarily having a real estate license.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. So that's what we'll do. We're bringing that up then. No need to see me at all. So what I'll do is want to make sure that this is flipping, and we'll start with the biggest thing, because when you are going into your wholesale, the thing is about education, because the biggest thing when you're doing deals, when you're doing investments, you want to make sure that you can't be taken advantage of. Okay. And so when you have just a simple understanding of wholesaling, then generally you got people that are going to take advantage of you. Or if you don't know the numbers, then you really can't situate yourself to where you're going to make the profit that you really want to make. Okay, so real estate has three, I won't say three, but it has several different ways that you can actually function. Okay, so let's say, for instance, if you're working on a wholesale, then the thing is you really got to be able to be good at networking as well, because you're going to have to come together with people that are wanting to buy from you. Okay, whether that's going to be um, owner occupied people that are, first time home buyers or next time home buyers, but you got to have an end goal. You got to have somewhere that you got to have consistently a way to sell the properties that you're finding. Okay, so that's why we came up with the Real University, so everybody can have a hub to do that, instead of trying to say, hey, I want to try to do this here, do that there, and then everybody's looks like the straw man, right? You have different pieces, your arms look this way, your legs look this way. We have everything here, but your wholesaling outside of this, the thing you want to focus on when you're not part of what we're doing, you want to focus on your understanding of the formula. Okay, how are you getting the value of your property? Okay, so no matter what you're doing, you want to look at three things. And your first thing is, okay, what is the house going to be worth if it was completely rehabbed, if it was the best home in that area? Okay, what is that house going to be worth? We call that the ARV. Okay, that's the after repair value. Okay, and when you're doing that, now you know. And how do you do that? You have to go to the houses that were previously sold around that area. Generally no more than about a mile in circumference from that area. Okay, so the house is 123 Main Street. Then you simply go to a couple of places, but I hit Zillow.com first and foremost. That is my first place that I stopped to find out values. That's Zillow.com. And what that's going to do is going to show you the similar houses that were sold in that area. When you find those houses, now you're in a position to say, okay, hey, now what this house is it worth me with my time? Okay, so now you know the house will be worth 200. Okay, it's a wholesale, so therefore it's definitely in disarray. It's terrible, ugly, is completely messed up. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to make sure that now we know, okay, what kind of repairs are needed. Okay, that's number two. What kind of repairs are needed? And when I find out what kind of repairs are needed, then it's time to me to find out, okay, how much are those repairs going to cost? Okay, and see, we teach you how to estimate those as well, but you can look that up too. But those are things that you're looking for. Number three is, what do they want for it? Of course, what is the selling price? So what I do is, and I teach my students this, same way that Mr. Lee teaches you guys how to better take advantage of the education or the information before you, so that you can make the right type of investment for your capacity, right? So what we do is teach you that, hey, when you learn this formula will automatically let you evaluate a house sight unseen. Doesn't matter where you are, doesn't matter where the house is. If you get these three numbers, what will the house be worth? What kind of repairs are going to need it, what will be needed, and how much is going to cost, and then how much you actually going to pay for it. Okay, so when you get those numbers, now you can actually say, okay, hey, what I will do is I am able to make a bid on this property because it fits my parameters. It came out of my formula, so I understand exactly how to go forth from there. Okay, so the other thing is, you have to be steady building the time that you have, say, the end buyers. So you got to build a list of people that are maybe consistently investing, people that are already buying houses that don't want to take the time to do the uh, to look at all the numbers. They may trust you enough to do that. So you have to find out a lot of people, how they work on that end. Okay, and so where you do that is, you can do something like a post when you have a Craigslist or any free online classified ad type thing. You can do it there. And what you're doing is you're just advertising, say, hey, I find routinely 5 or 6 houses a month, investors that are looking for, I can save your time, and you can call me and I can always have houses. Join my newsletter or such and such and such. So that way, when you find this particular property, you can blast it out to a number of people that are already looking to purchase. Okay. So when you do that, now you have something consistently before you that you'll never have to worry about the end goal, the how you're going to get rid of the house. Because what you got to understand is, even though wholesaling in the middle part, you are not actually you don't need your credit, but you will need to do earnest money. So when you find a particular house and it comes time to put a contract on that house, they may want, the seller may want $500 to $1,000 on that contract to show that you have earnest, that you are serious about this purchase. So think about it. If you're the type of individual out there by yourself and you're doing 4 or 5, what we teach is you should be doing probably 20 offers, within a week or within a month. Just depends on what type of income that you try to cash flow that you're trying to generate. I have one, Shaquante. Let's see here. She says she can't hear. So if anybody knows, I'm sure I'm tearing her name up. But if you guys know her, I'm sorry, if you guys know him, tell him to probably go back out and come back in and see if that'll work. Yeah, so yeah. So my volume is still good online. All right, so let's go into the quick presentation. And it's just really something to show you so that you can see. Okay, so most of the times, the biggest thing is having access to capital, and then when you have access to capital, have the right information so that you can know, okay, how long am I going to have this house, right? Because you don't want to put a contract on it and you have 10, 15 days, 30 days, maybe to get this house sold, or else, you're responsible, okay? So we teach a little something that you can know how quickly you can get rid of the property. What we do is we show you how to use a formula, okay? And when you use that formula, then you never have to worry about what you are going to offer or how much you should pay in order for you to have a good turnout, okay? So we focus on 3 things. That's your cash flow increase. Okay, it doesn't do nobody any good if you're out there and you keep making money, right? But you don't have a way to track or the way to manage or the way to understand that every dollar that you make should have a name. Okay, so if you don't have a way to stop the holes, right? So a lot of people are focusing on increasing income because it's becoming popular. But the thing is, people are not remembering business practices. Okay, so when you first make sure that you plug up all your holes. So those are things like inflation, right? Inflation rises 4 to 6% a year. Okay, so every couple of years. So if you don't have something that's outpacing that inflation, then your money is going backwards. Then you got to make sure that your debt, okay, we have debt, and that debt could be, interest rates of 9%, 20%, 30%. I've seen. So if you got that, best thing to do is get out of debt, okay, because right now that's the best return on your money that you're going to make. Because if you have something you're paying 19% interest on, right, and you're not making money with that, then what's happening is if you pay that debt off, you've automatically got a 19% increase ROI right on your money. So get out of debt first. That way you have more cash flow. See, there's a difference between the two. So when you get out of the debt, you get yourself where you outpacing inflation. And then you also want to reduce your tax liabilities. Okay, so if you got to understand things like when to use IRAs, Roths, or traditional. What's tax deferred, what's not tax deferred. Okay, you got to understand the difference is income taxes. If you got a W-2, then you got to get to a point to where you're reducing that, because if you're a W-2 worker, they're hitting you for about 30, 32% every time you get paid. And some people think they got to do that, and that's not they don't have to do that. You say, well, hell, I'm gonna get me a return at the end of the year, but is it going to equal 30% of the money that they took? Of course not. Okay, so let's not be, illogical. Okay, let's go ahead and get all of our money and stop the money that we're losing, and then let's go build business and build business income. Okay, because that way we have money to build, and our money is making money. Okay. Now we can go into keep everything in context. When you have all these three things in place, it's like Monopoly, right? You got to have the right steps, right? So now you got investment income because now it's time to create assets and to develop assets. So that's why we have better investments on, because we are a partner so that we know between real estate investing and then actual stock investing or the different types of investment that Mr. Lee teaches, that we can all grow and actually do better. So if you guys are wanting to, there's no charge for what we do as this group. You can jump in and we teach group investment. So you can come in and be just an individual, or you can come in and do it, with us. Okay. So what we do, this is how it works. It's very simple. The biggest thing you got to do when you're doing wholesaling, you already are understanding the formula, and I'll get to that formula. So when you understand the formula, you can go several different ways. You no longer are pigeonholed to one different strategy, once expressed in one particular strategy. Okay. So when you're going forward and you understand the formula, now you can do a buy to flip. You can do a buy to rehab to resell, right? Like a flip. Or you can do a buy and rehab and rent it out. Or you can do a wholesale. Okay, so it's different ways, or what we call exit strategies, that you can have when you're going forward. Why do you think that it is that everybody understands or knows that money can be created in real estate? But why do you think it is not that many people that are doing it? Okay, you have a few people that are teaching this, that, and the other, and may say that they're doing a couple of things. But when you look around, find out, because most people don't know how to access the dollars. Okay, that's why people fall back into wholesaling, because they want to create some cash flow first. Somebody told them that, some teacher told them that, or something like that. Okay, that's totally fine. But you also have to understand it's accordingly to who you are, right? Because everybody's different. You have where somebody is in their 20s, okay? And you have somebody that may be in their 30s, 40s. You have somebody that may be in their 50s, 60s, and 70s. So there's different things. When you're in your 20s and you're looking at your current and future lifestyle, you do things differently. When you're in your 50s, right? Necessary time, right? For your money to do what it needs to do, okay? So we show you how to have access to the money. Okay. So think about it on both sides. We have people that are investor Stephanie, and then you'll see where we bump into Linda. Okay. Think of yourself as being Stephanie or Linda or both. Okay. So investor Stephanie, she wants to buy a home, fix it up, resell it for a profit. She's not going to live in it. She saw, and there's an opportunity for her to do that. But if you see houses along the side of the road, why they stay there is because the nature of the deal. Regular banks are not going to give you the money, okay, to get this to buy this, okay. So it's going to take money to lay it down, to actually buy it. It's going to take money to do what? To rehab it. Then you got to know how to get out of it, okay. So that's why we do private money. Okay, so I teach you how to have access to that. And what more than anything is, we show you how to overcome all of the obstacles that would normally be in your way when you go to those free real estate meetings. And then all of a sudden, when they get through, they want you to pay for this next thing, and then pay for that next thing. And so I understand that there's nothing wrong with that, because they deserve that. But what we've done is we say, hey, we want to build a community. We want to build individuals. Okay, so what I did was I said, hey, let me show you what I do, and then let's do it together. So that way it can reduce your risk. Okay. So Stephanie found the house, $100,000 for the house. She couldn't believe it. She went to Zillow. Zillow said it was worth 175. Okay. So Stephanie already had 35, whether she got it from a 401k or whether she got it from investing, or whatever it is that she was saving, or she went through our program and got it from business credit and personal credit. Okay, no matter what it is, right? Because what we want to do is now we want to find the remaining. We got 35, but we need 100 to buy it. Okay, so now we need 65 grand. We went to Linda. Linda is a person, not a company. Now there's different kinds. We have persons and companies, but they work the same. It's still all private money or private lenders. Okay, but you can do it as an individual or you can do it as a company. Okay, so Linda, she's cool with it. She's going to lend this extra 65,000 because she's going to be in first lien position on the house. So that simply means that, hey, if anything goes bad, Linda knows she's got the house, no problem. All right, she's got a house that will sell for 175, and essentially she only paid 65 for it. Okay, so she's happy. And if Stephanie does well, she knows that she's going to get a good return on her money. Okay, so it's a win-win situation. Now, let's fast forward 12 months. Okay, Stephanie sells the house for what? 175. She did exactly what she said. But what came out of that? Okay, what came out of that was 17.5, because now this is true leverage. Okay, so when people are talking about the different types of investments, listen to what I'm saying here. Okay, what she did was she had a $175,000 home. She leveraged it by putting down 17.5. Okay, so 17,500 gave her access to $175,000 worth of assets. Okay, where can you do that? Okay, keep up with me. Okay, so now not just the 17.5, but it costs 15 grand to build it. Okay, to go ahead and repair it. Right. Then we had to pay $4,200 to hold it for those 5 months. Okay, then we pay Linda off, and then we put that 35,000 right back onto our card, our business card, or we put it right back into our 401k or IRA or whatever that was. So everything's back safe. Linda's happy, the IRA's happy, Stephanie's happy, and not only that, Stephanie profited 35,000 plus. Okay, after everything was paid, she profited 35 grand. Right? Linda was happy. She said, Stephanie, do that as many times you want to, because she made almost $7,000. Okay. So that's how you have access to capital when you understand leverage. Okay. Now, what does the credit need to be in order for you to do this? You know, it's hardly even mentionable because they go by the details of the house loan. Okay. So therefore, your credit is no longer a situation. And when you're with the Real University, you join with us and we do group economics. Okay. So then we have individuals and we go in together and actually accomplish things. So let me give you an example. We went and bought a home. It was in a 6-acre lot. Right. It was about 5 or 6 houses on there. We bought one of them. It was in totally crap. Right. We bought it for $40,000. Right now, what we're going to do is when I put in there about 120,000 on top of that 40. Okay, so we're going to put into it about $160,000. Okay, but this house is going to be worth 400,000. Okay, so what we did was we gathered together and see now we forced that equity. We created the money. Right, so we didn't have to wait on anything. We said that, hey, we found a great deal. And so therefore we created almost $160,000 in profit, which will be split amongst about 3 individuals. Okay. And we have deals that are going on more than those do. We're doing subdivisions and things like that. But the thing is, Real University finds the deals. Okay. Then you learn as you go. Right. And as you go, you then turn in deals. Okay. But you're still earning as you're learning. You don't come and pay $2,000-$3,000 to get a package to try to learn, then try to earn. Okay, because I understand I lost thousands and thousands, not lost, but I invested thousands and thousands of dollars, and now I'm giving people opportunity to do that, to join with us as a group. Okay, so what does that look like? Simple, right? When you're here, you can be a leader, a communicator, a coordinator. Okay. If you want to matriculate through the university, we treat it just like a university. We have minors and we have majors. Okay. So the leader Yeah, and that's just simply turning in potential deals. You're learning what it looks like. You're learning how to do the formulas. Okay, so you're turning in 4 or 5 of these, a week, a month, whatever that is, because you want to get time for your deals to start to produce. Okay, I don't want anybody thinking that I'm turning in deals today and then tomorrow, then we got something going on, just got to turn it in. Right? It's still real estate. We gotta rehab it. We gotta find it. We gotta purchase. We gotta close all those types of things. But when it does, and we make a profit, let's say we made a $10,000 profit, you turned that deal in as a leader. All you did was turn in the paperwork, a simple description of the property. We said, yeah, that looks good. Okay. And then you would make 15%. So if we made 10 grand net after we did all the costs and everything, we net 10,000, then you'll be paid 15% from that 10,000. Okay. So therefore you just did what? $1,500. Okay. I hear a couple of people joining on. Hold on one second. Let me go back and see if I need to get somebody in. Okay. All right. All right. That should have been Kendrick and Shukwante. Okay. Hopefully everybody can hear. Get back in. And also, guys, we are on Facebook as well, so you should be able to see us on the Facebook page too. Okay. So let's look and see what it look like right quick. So as you're turning in deals, you start to learn more and more and more. Okay, think about it just like a real estate agent. A real estate agent comes in, they make a sale, but the real estate broker receives a portion of that sale too. Okay, just like any types of agents, right? So we structured it to where you have a little time, so you just turn in deals. Okay, then you learn a little bit more. So now not only just you turning in deals, but you also learn how to talk to them. Now you learn how to coordinate the deal. Okay. See, now then we teach you how to be a broker to where you can have a position to where you have several people across the nation or in your city or wherever that are turning in deals, learning how to talk to the deals and learning how to fill out the paperwork for the deals. Okay. And see, as you do that, you grow up in percentage or you matriculate, you grow in percentage. So if you turn in one deal and you are now a coordinator, okay, what's going to happen is you're going to make 40% of that same 10,000. Okay. Let's see. And this is what that looks like. Okay. The formula, and this is where we wrap it up. The formula is simply your ARV times 65% minus any repair cost equals your maximum allowable offer. Okay. When you understand this formula here, it's worth more money than you could possibly think about. Okay. But because generally it's free, people don't tune in. People don't get the education. People don't get the information. Okay. But I'm still going to do it for free. Okay. So now this home that we particularly found, $200,000 we saw on Zillow. Okay. It's selling for 85,000. So we're going to need $15,000 in repairs. Okay. So also when you are wholesaling, what you want to do is you want to also subtract the amount of money that is going to be your wholesale cost. Okay. So it would be ARV times 65% minus repairs minus my wholesale cost, okay, equals the most I'm going to allow, or most I'm going to offer, or my maximum allowable offer, okay? So when you do that, and we teach this every Monday, matter of fact, we're going to be going over some more at 8:30 tonight on the same place, same channel. We did this specifically for Better Investments, but we'll be doing some details tonight and going over some deals that we have, same Facebook page. Okay. So when you align these things, now you understand, okay, hey, real estate, we made $20,000 profit on this, let's say, right? We paid off everything. Okay. Um, hold on one second. We got somebody dropped off. All right. All right. Now we're cooking with grease. Okay. Now let's imagine we made $20,000 profit off of this, and we did this as a group. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, when you're working with a group, then you can do, one house or one house a year or one house every other month or whatever that is by yourself, right? Or you can join in and we buy all across the nation, and you can set up real estate brokerages across the nation, real estate investment brokerages, okay, using the hub. Okay. So as we said, real leaders, real communicators, real leaders is simply you're just learning, you're turning in deals, you're understanding how the formula works, you're turning in deals. Okay. Real communicators, you call the paper that the leaders turn in to verify that it's a good deal or not. Coordinators learn how to operate the paperwork. Okay. They know how to communicate, they know how to lead by turning in deals. Coordinators also know how to do the paperwork. They also know how to go out to the house and close the deal. Okay. So we keep and you make 40%. Okay. And then we go up to brokers, which means that you know how to do everything. And then you know how to run a base shop. Okay. Which means that you have leaders, communicators, everybody. It's just no different than you being, I won't say it's equivalent to you being just like a real estate broker and having realtors on your team. Okay. So that's what you can think of this as. Okay. So now I'm gonna back up out of this so that we can take any questions. I hope I didn't say so, but I hope everybody took notes and everything, because that's the biggest thing that I would want anybody to do is to make sure that you take advantage of the things that are placed before you. I know how hard Mr. Lee works on everything, and I know the difficulties it is the training and assisting people and those type of things. So, we put this together so that, if you have any questions, go ahead and ask. But you can also join with us and you can actually make your money do more things. Okay. You got a side over here to where you can understand how the market is working, right? And you got a side over here that you're making cash up front to where you can now fund the things from Better Investments. So now you can facilitate. So we go through business credit, personal credit, and if you're with us, then we teach you how to do all of those things. Okay. But right there, I leave Mr. Lee. If you got any questions or anybody on your team, I'll leave that open.
Yeah, definitely. Can you hear me?
Most definitely.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. Hey, yeah, me and Mike, I'm sure we both wake up around the same time in the morning, but he's a lot better at holding it together, holding it together than I am. Yeah, just to kind of go into it. Mike was telling you guys, it's very important that you understand exactly what he's saying. So he's giving you a breakdown of how to wholesale housing. So major things how real estate, like he was saying, a lot of people don't have the funds necessarily to come straight out and purchase a home and dive right into real estate the way they would like to. But if you're a part of a system, guys, is what he's talking about is a system. When you have a winning system, what I would suggest to you personally, being that he specializes inside this field, I would go and learn that system the same way he did. So he was telling you guys, you have those leaders, and he was saying that you have those consultants, and you can look at the process almost as being a real estate broker that has real estate agents. All right. You do not need a real estate license to wholesale, guys. So if you were looking to wholesale, which is a great way to get started in real estate, and another thing too, you do not need a real estate license to be in real estate. All right. The majority of the real estate mongols that actually own millions and billions of dollars inside of real estate do not have a real estate license, guys. Okay. You got to understand they work with real estate agents and realtors, but they do not actually have a license themselves. All right. They are the investor. And so at Better Investments, that's what we focus on. We focus on you as being the investor, because at the end of the day, if you are a great investor, you can take loopholes and avenues to get to the same place you're trying to go without necessarily having to go through the same things as other people. All right. And so, like I was saying, a good thing with Mike is that they already have a system set up for you. So if you would go through this system, even if you're not going to stay within that, it's good for you to go through it and learn and understand, okay, this is how they're going about doing this. All right. It's a lot easier to watch somebody do something, right? And then, repeat what they just did. All right. It's enticing you to do the same thing. So that you have a systematic way that you're going to go about doing this. Okay. Versus you getting on YouTube or Google and you get some good information or knowledge, but when you go to put it all together and you actually hit the street, now I'm in my car. Okay. Now I'm in my car and I'm driving down the street and I do see a abandoned building or whatever the case is, and I'm trying to go about this process, but all I remember is a bunch of gems, okay, quote unquote, that was dropped on me while I was online, and all those things not actually adding up to a step-by-step formula of how I need to go about doing this. Okay, now that I'm at the house, what is it on the contract? Is it owned by a property manager? Who owns this particular property? All right, is this somebody that they actually own the house, or is this somebody it's already owned by a real estate group? Okay, a real estate brokerage. You need that step-by-step process so that you don't show up to something. The thing about business, guys, and investing, anything dealing with money, is you hear it all the time. Time is money. All right. The time that you waste is why you pay for financial education, guys. You want to get education on anything that you're going into. It's because you don't want to waste that time. All right. Money can be made back. If you invested in something, you lost some money, or it wasn't the best investment, you kind of broke even, whatever the case is, it does not matter. Okay. What's the one thing that you can get back? All right. You can get back funding. You cannot get back your time. All right. It's a lot harder to do that. And so that's just one of those things you want to be mindful of, and that's why I said I like working with Mike here at Better Investments. What we focus on more so, guys, is just going to be generating passive income as well. So wholesaling is more active. All right, real estate in itself is passive income. All right, and so we focus with that passive income as well, guys. So we will be looking at what we can help our students do, and what we do is we actually help them create and generate an interest on their cash balances. All right, so say you just you're saving and you want to get interest, we can help our students get up to 8% interest, guys, on their cash balances as far as their savings. All right, we also go over overall wealth mastery and wealth management, to where you can make some money and keep the money that you make. All right, a lot of people make a lot of money, guys. That's the reality. A lot of people make a lot of money, and there's no need to say, well, this particular person makes more money than me, they should pay more taxes, or so and so and so. We don't need to point the finger. We need to understand the system, okay? So I can guarantee you one thing, and this was a quote made, and I don't want to say it was Warren Buffett in specific because I'm not sure, but it definitely was a quote, and I read this, is that if you gave everybody, if you divided all the money in the world equally and gave it everybody the equal amount of money, at the end of the day, all the money would be back inside the same pockets, all right? And the reason being is because, guys, financial education and literacy is the difference between you having currency, all right, and actually having money. But the difference between you having liabilities and having assets, all right? So that's just something that you got to understand. Mike talked about inflation. That's a big thing, guys. That's what we want to hedge ourselves against, all right? It's important for you to understand the financial system and the way things work inside the world around us. So like I said, what we do over here inside of Better Investments, guys, what we help people do is generate a passive income. And same thing like Mike is doing, you earn as you learn. So you're going to be earning money while you learn a skill that can change the rest of your life. All right, so that's a big thing. And so it ties into, we deal with real estate as well. That's not our main focus, obviously. So, and that's why we utilize, the real university. That's why we utilize my econ services, because when we outsource, it allows us to be great at what we already do. All right, so it allows us to be even better inside of our own lane. So we can focus on, what we focus mainly on is financial trading. All right, as far as trading financial markets, and we focus on investing. All right, whether it be cryptocurrency, stocks, all right, mutual funds, or if you want to look into precious metals as well. All right, we get into a lot of different investing, and definitely focusing on trading those financial markets, because with trading, guys, it doesn't matter up or down. Okay, unlike investing, most 99% of the time when you get into an investing, you need that price to go up. All right, you need for that price to go up so that you can make a profit. All right, and so with trading, we don't too much care if the price goes up or down. It doesn't really matter. We're just looking to capitalize on being right about which way this price is going to go inside the future. Okay, and so that's a major thing. And even if we look at why is financial education so important? If we look at recently what happened with GameStop, a lot of people not comprehending and understanding what's going on with GameStop. And I'm just going to give a short breakdown of that to stress the importance of financial education, guys. People online are saying, okay, well, yeah, the little guys won. They took a hit back at the big guys. You got hedge funds losing money, so on and so forth. Guys, we manage a hedge fund over here at Better Investments. And you have to understand, a hedge fund manages other people's assets, other people's money. when what happened is they did not hurt. You didn't necessarily hurt these hedge funds or big guys. They might have lost a client, right? They might have lost some money, but at the end of the day, that's why Robinhood shut the application down, guys. Is because too much money is being disrupted at one time. All right, so you have to understand what people did as far as going against those bigger banks and bigger hedge funds is very risky. And what we do in our business, we're not looking to go against them because we know that that's a David and Goliath. You'll win 1 out of 10 times. What we look to do is invest with the banks. All right. So that's the main thing that Mike was talking about as far as getting that financing. And sometimes you might have to go through a private lender. Okay, that's leverage. So you might not necessarily be able to invest with the banks on inside of real estate as much as you want to until you build up that business credit, personal credit, so on and so forth. But still, it's leverage, guys. Leveraging your credit, leveraging your resources and your money. What we do here at Better Investments is the same thing. We trade using leveraged accounts. Okay, we invest with the banks. Okay, as far as trading in financial markets or whether it be even with our investing, we want to invest. Okay, inside of what we know. This is where the industry is going. This is the future. This is where, and when we talk about banks, guys, you have to understand. You think of banking inside of the terms of the economy, all right? Everybody is inside of banking. It doesn't matter if you have $2 or if you have 100 million, billion. It doesn't matter, guys. You're in some way, shape, or form involved inside of banking. You got to look at that as still being a bank. Elon Musk himself did not buy that. His company bought that, all right? So you have to understand that's something major. And so I leave you with that, guys. Financial education is very important. And I think that right now it's more important than ever. So definitely, if you're interested in real estate, passive income, cash flow management, asset management, I would say to get in touch with Mike Holmes. I mean, he's a great guy. Definitely like working with him. And even myself as well, guys. So I'll leave you with that, Mike.
Cool beans. That's what I always like to see, but man, go ahead and getting busy with the education of financial education, guys. What we want to do. Okay, good. I see my man is a good question. Question was, let me see if I can put that up there. Okay. The question was, I have good credit. What would be the first move? Okay. And so what we want to do is we want to find out exactly what you want to do. The biggest thing we want to see, okay, are you trying to replace a job or you trying to do extra income? But since you already have good credit, we can step out really fast. If you want to move really quickly, that's totally fine. So we just have to talk and see what are your goals. But when you already have good credit, we can probably, have a deal in your hand and done for you in the next 30 days. So you let me know how you want to go forth from there, my man. I think that was it. Okay, cool beans. But yeah, so guys, we have a focus and we do personal credit, business credit, and then we show you how to leverage that credit. Okay. So all those steps will work with everything that we do, everything that Mr. Lee does, and that will align you to continue to do so. All right. All right. Mr. Lee, also Shaquante, if I apologize if I mess your name up, but make sure you get my information to my man, Mr. Lee. So
Will do, man. Mike, your information will be dispersed to Better Investments Academy as soon as we get off this call.
All right, cool beans. Yeah, anything you guys need, we help from the beginning to the end. I do charge outside of my membership, but Better Investments is, a home team. So, everything that we do, it is DIY, but I'll show you all the steps. I'll give you the things that you need to achieve those goals. But until later, guys, I appreciate it. And if anything else you need, you can see us at www.purposepursuer.com. And I'm going to put my man up and he can tell you about his site right quick.
Yes, sir. So I'm happy to say, guys, we do have our website up and running. All right. And so we are able to accept students as far as enrollment and also to investors that would like to invest from the outside and they're kind of inexperienced and not as conversed with the market. That is going to be Better Investment. All right. No S on investments, guys. Better Investment OP as an opportunity.org. Okay. Better Investment OP.org, not .com. And I'll see you guys later.
All right, guys. So appreciate it. And when you see this replay and everything, it will be into the chat and everything. The Better Investment OP will be there.org, and also www.purposepursuer will be there as well. So you guys can see the different areas you need to jump into. But work on your current lifestyle and get some assets so your future lifestyle is going to be good too. Talk to you soon, guys. Have a good one. Peace.
All right, man.
All right, my man. Be good, Lee.